So let's do like Cudi or 21.
They
Well, I guess
really,
we could come out the gate with Benny. I mean, it don't
yeah.
really matter. I
I
mean,
kind of want to talk about that now because they really did a nice little. Normally, most of the alchemists that I hear have been real dialed back as to where he don't really have a lot of drums and things like that. He really be letting his samples and his
depending
chops
on
be
who he's
flowing.
working with. Depending on
Yeah,
who
but
he's
on this
working
right
with.
here, I think with what Benny does, he really
Yeah.
New Yorked it up some. But let's save that for the podcast.
Yo, welcome to Beers and Bars.
Your place for rapid fire hip hop discussion, and of course, great beer.
I'm Kamal Kiddo.
OT the Golden Child. Thank y'all for checking out our last episode. Our last episode at this point, now that I'm thinking
It was
about
top
it,
5, man.
top 5 of 2023, man.
Yeah,
That was a fun episode, man.
for
Um,
sure, for sure.
we
A
have
lot of
done our
R&B.
a lot of R&B. We've done our last couple episodes in person, so this one just because
Yeah,
of the situations and whatnot in
yeah,
life and all that,
yeah,
we had to
yeah.
get back to an old school remote show.
Right.
So if y'all watching
Don't
this
worry,
online,
guys. We're gonna get back. Don't even trip.
we may even need to get up Sunday, to be honest with you.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Let's get sexy.
yeah. Let's go. Ooh, hold on. Okay. I was just talking about how ugly I am when I looked in the camera because I got all these. If you haven't seen me in a long time, every time you see me, the gray in my beard is becoming more increasingly present. It's
Hey,
like
man, that's distinguished, man.
once you hit 40, my body was like, "Yeah." Like, hey, bro, you on the other side, my guy. Come on to the dark side. Black thought looking ass. Um, so yeah,
Oh,
man.
snap.
But yeah, we may need to get up this weekend.
For
We'll see
sure, for
though.
sure.
We'll see.
On a separate note of nothing, did you watch Lift on Netflix, the Kevin Hart
Don't
joint?
start the just because everybody else have negative energy.
Crank Cranky Kamal this episode,
Yo,
2024.
you came out.
Happy by the time people see this episode, this is gonna be Black History Month, so happy Black History Month
Hey, hold on.
as we support Kevin Hart and
You
his movie Lift.
bro, you cannot say support. You said speaking of nothing, have you seen Kevin Hart's live, G? There's no way to gloss over that. I don't know if you meant it that way.
I wasn't even trying to say it like that, but now that we're here, that joint is super trash, G. Super trash. Super trash. Who told this man he was an action hero? It's a comedy, bro. It might as well be a comedy, and it's not intentionally a comedy, but it's got moments where I'm like, okay, all right, okay, this kind of all right. By the end, G, this is so trash, G. This is so trash. They're not even in the places that they shot. This is like all green screen. It's weird. It's so trash, G. It's super trash.
So I'm not gonna
But
lie.
that's it. Happy
Let's
Black
do this.
History Month, though.
Yeah, happy Black History Month. Wow. Yeah, I didn't watch it because it looked like it wasn't gonna be good. And time is our only commodity. And I'm good. It looked to me like
Ooh,
nah.
it's painful, bro. It's like,
Yeah.
but okay.
What are we
What are we talking about today?
speaking of the fact that most of our stuff recently was R&B on our top 5 of 2023.
Mm,
That was more so I think because like we said last year. Last year was a weird year for rap. It was a kind
yeah,
of a down year probably from a more mainstream point, but today we're going to be talking about some albums. It's coming out kind of strong from the standpoint of the artists at the top of the year that are
yeah,
more, I wouldn't say notable, but you know these names, right? So with
for
that being
sure.
said, 21 Savage, American Dream,
Mm-hmm.
um, Benny the Butcher, Everybody Can Go, and
Mm-hmm.
then Kid Cudi, you know what I'm saying? Drop the
Insano.
with DJ Drama. It's like a drama tape. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
excited to talk about what this show is supposed to. This is Beers and Bars, which is your place
Yeah,
for
yeah.
rapid fire hip hop discussion and beer, right? So, yeah. With that being
Yes.
said, look what I'm doing right
Yes.
now. Oh, look
Happy
at them
Black History Month. I love it. What are
unintentionally,
you drinking?
unintentionally drinking two of Chicago's black-owned breweries today. We ain't even
That's
playing
right.
this.
We didn't.
We ain't even playing this. This wasn't
We
no
didn't.
cap, none of that. It's just
Yeah.
I happened to be at Benny's by me in Downers Grove, and they had the homies out there. This is
True.
Woo-Wap-Da-Bam, you know what I'm
True.
saying, which is an American amber ale. I'm gonna read off the can. Let's go. Woo-Wap-Da-Bam is a conversational filler used to fast forward through unnecessary details. You know what I'm saying? Woo-Wap-Da-Bam. That's how we get to the next point in Chicago without, you know, giving all the nuance and details because we ain't got time for that all sometimes. But
Hey man, woo up the
Funkytown,
band.
shout out to the homies, man. Y'all know what's up, man.
Word, word. Um, yeah. Oh, you drinking already? Oh, I'm thinking I'm waiting on you to pop the top.
No.
Word, word. Yeah. So I'm having Hell's Lager. This is a 5.1% ABV. This is from Moor's Brewing Company, out of Chicago. Um, what else can I say about this situation? They've been doing mad numbers, yo. They've been like running up the numbers. Shout out to them. They were just on something with what's the name?
I saw too. Yeah.
PAT,
Yeah.
Port Arthur, Texas. What's my man's name? Bumby. He was one of the hosts. I can't think of the name of the show, but they were on it promoting their beer as entrepreneurs and all of that. And I think they won that situation. But yeah, in AD 711, Tariq ibn Ziyad led Moors of Berber descent across the Strait of Gibraltar between Africa and Europe, conquering Spain for the next 700 years. They introduced new scientific techniques to the European culture, including a distillation and fermentation process that produced what they called alcohol. This beer pays homage to the rich, untold history of our African ancestry and the original craftsmen that made it happen. Moor's Brewing Company. Look at that. Look at that black man on this joint for African American History Month with a
Talk
little
that
bit of African American history.
talk that Moorish knowledge, you know what I'm saying? To
I know, right?
all the folks out there in tune with that. But
Yo, when I shake up with people, I be like, yo, what's good, man? Yo, what's good? And I just do that, right? I be like, I just do that. Yo, as soon as I shake up, they either ask me if I'm in a gang or they ask me if I'm Moorish, G.
yeah.
That happens to me that's happened to me at least 3 times. You a Moor? They ask me that often. I'm like, oh no, I just be doing that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a part of my
But
aesthetic.
yeah, man. Cheers, man.
Yeah, man.
What we
Oh,
getting
you know
into?
what?
Man?
No. Let's kick it off with a little situation that's happening right now. Let's start there first. Actually, there's a beef going on right now. How can we not talk about it?
Oh, you getting into it?
Yeah, man. So obviously, by this time, everybody's aware. I don't. In with how stuff
Maybe
happens
they're
now,
not aware because I wasn't aware until y'all told me. Until
you
the
must
group
be.
chat told me.
You had to have been doing a
I was
good
under a
job.
rock.
That's good. That's wonderful that you did that, man. Because I'm like, yo, how you don't know?
This is pretty good.
Nicki Minaj, and Meg The Stallion are beefing right
Mhm.
now. I don't really know the story behind it. I know that apparently at some point they was somehow at a club. Meg was trying to give Nicki a drink or something like that, or however the case may be. It's I saw this before, but I don't know if that's the genesis of it. I have no idea. Nicki threw a shot, I think, at Meg recently in a song. She was talking about how she don't mess with horses. I have no idea. I'm a terrible journalist, right? Anyhow, all we know is that this weekend there comes a song from Meg called Hiss, where she makes reference of people, need to be stop worrying about Meg this, need to be worried about Megan's Law, which is in reference to the law, how sex offenders have to be registered, or
Mm.
you know what I mean? So that was like a little shot. And then,
Mm.
recently then Nicki went on Twitter going crazy. Then she dropped her the Bigfoot joint, which is hilarious to me.
Hmm.
So yeah, man.
I was so confused by that until it was explained that Megan Thee Stallion dissed her. I'm like, Bigfoot. That's so funny that. But she's talking about Megan Thee Stallion. That's
Yeah,
funny.
because she tall, she like 5'12" or something. So
Something like that. 5'12".
This is what I'll say right now. I'm interested to see what happens next because as of right now, I would say I like Megan's song better, but in
Mm-hmm.
general, I'm not really interested from the standpoint of the songs that have been dropped.
Yeah.
After having the beef of like a Drake and Pusha where Infrared was fire, then
Yeah.
Drake dropped his joint that was fire. Then the Duppy freestyle was crazy where he really aired
The
Drake
Duppy
out.
freestyle was good. Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Like, so we coming off the backs of something like that into this where, you know, it's subtle shots. Then then Nicki drops this that's kind of weird. Her flow is a little weird. She has this like
Yeah.
talking at the end of the song. It's like, all right,
That's
let's get this
so
going.
unnecessary and annoying and like, but to be fair, let me preface my opinion with the fact that I like Megan Thee Stallion. I'm not a super fan. Like I'm listening, I couldn't tell you know the name of any of her songs on her albums or anything like that. But I like Megan Thee Stallion. Um, and I like Megan Thee. One, I like Megan Thee Stallion. Two, I like Megan Thee Stallion more than Nicki. Three, I don't like Nicki. I'm not a fan at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. So with that being said, I you if you know me, then you know that I try to be fair with my opinion with everything, whether I like you or not. You know what I'm saying? If it's good, then it's good. I think Hiss from Megan Thee Stallion was all right. It seemed like I do know a little bit about Partisan Fontaine. I'm not sure whatever party
Yes.
Fontaine, that guy who was dating Meg and they are now not dating Meg. They're not dating and he's kind of been on, I've seen clips of him on Breakfast Clubs, saying that she was cheating and stuff like that. And, one, why are you interviewing them and talking about their relationship? But it's tabloid news, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. Maybe I'm older and I don't have time for that type of stuff
You
anymore.
sure don't. You didn't
But,
even know they was beefing. That's how old you are.
right. But it sounded like, listening to Hiss, it sounded like there was more comments about that situation and him than any other rapper, any other female rapper. I mean, it could have been, but I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm not privy to all of the context as to how they were beefing and any of that. So, you talking about Megan's Law and things like that. And, I have absolutely zero knowledge of any of that. You know what I'm
Brief,
saying? So
brief
all of
journalism.
that stuff went over my head.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Little
But
journalism.
right. But with Nicki's song, Bigfoot, I just didn't think it was good.
Yeah.
I know she's popular because of her voice and how she flows on joints but that was just I thought it was engineered badly.
It
It
was.
sounded like, she did it on one of these mics straight like this and put it out.
Yeah, I think she
You know what I'm
did though.
saying?
I think she got busy and put it out,
I mean,
to be honest.
but whatever.
Anyhow, we'll see what happens. Let's not spend too much time on this.
Moving on.
Yes. Benny the Butcher.
Benny the Butcher, everybody can't go.
Everybody
How you
can
feel
go
about
to.
it, man?
I like the album, man. I'm happy to be able to talk about some rap. Um,
Yeah,
I like Benny. I'm a fan of Benny. Me and you have went back and forth plenty of times talking about who's better between him and Conway.
for
Um,
sure.
this is Benny in his bag, given that that Buffalo story of, everybody can't go. He goes through a couple scenarios. It's him at this point in the game. I think his first album or project went to Tana Talk first, and that may not have been the first one because he's had
Right.
three or four Tana Talks at this point.
I think something like that.
Anyhow, I'll keep it relative to this album in general, right? Um,
Hmm.
so right now we have the Bron joint, the Big Dog joint, Trust More Valuable Than Love, Back Again, Buffalo Kitchen Club, How to Rap, Big Timers. Those are my favorite joints on the album. I think the album is pretty good, man. The combination of Alchemist and Hit Boy. We was talking before about
Wait, hold
how
on. Do me a favor. Say those songs again. I just want to
Braun,
see some.
Braun, Jermaine's
Mm-hmm.
Graduation. I like Big Dog. I like Trust More Valuable Than Love. I like Back Again. I like the Buffalo Kitchen Club joint with Armani Caesar. I like How to Rap, and I like Big Timers.
Okay.
Yeah, which
I
is
wanted to see if they were more Alchemist or more Hit Boy, but go on.
to be honest with you, I didn't even know that they both produced the album to you said it, and I think
Mm-hmm.
that it's more so of a mesh of them trying to collaborate versus it being a differentiation of what the producers do, because it's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of it, this album feels more Hit Boy ish, if I was to say, like,
Mm.
you know what I mean. And I think maybe I don't know who made what decision, but Alchemist lately has been more dialed back within his sampling. Like the
Mm-hmm.
samples and the chops really speak for it. Like sometimes he only had drums with his stuff. So to find out the song like Braun, I believe. No. Jermaine's Graduation, I believe, is
Mm-hmm. That's Alchemist.
you see what I'm saying? Like it's
And
hard
I know
hitting.
that just by listening to it.
Yeah, it's hard hitting and it's more New York, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man. Go ahead.
Uh, yeah, man. Jermaine's Graduation. I like Big Dog. Trust More Valuable Than Love. Dang, I'm gonna sound bogus when I say this, man. Buffalo Kitchen Club. I promise you. Griselda Express. I like. Um, I don't think it's a. Hey, man, look, Cranky Kamal on this one, man. F it. Most of the songs that I like on this album are produced by Alchemist. Um, I don't want to say that the Hit Boy songs, like Hit Boy's production, lack soul. I wouldn't say that precisely. Uh, but I think the two styles clash on this album. Actually, I think Hit Boy's sound is triumphant. He's got like horns on Braun. You know what I'm saying? Like the joint with Snoop. Um, these are big songs. These are loud songs. These are boisterous songs. Whereas Jermaine's Graduation, Trust More Valuable Than Love, Buffalo Kitchen Club, even Griselda Express. These songs are much more chill.
Yeah, those songs are
Much
clean. Yeah.
more,
Yeah.
much more, not even chill, but gutter. They're much more like, they're more scary. You know what I'm saying? They got drums on them, but it's a sonic sound that's different from the bigger sounding Hit Boy songs.
It's
You know what
muffled.
I'm saying? And that's clashes to me, because then it's like you got a song like One Foot In, right, with Stove God. And let me just say, that's not one of my favorite songs. I like the story that he tells.
Mhm.
As far as, you having one foot in the drug game, one foot out of it, you know what I'm saying? You trying to do rap. I like that. But, and I'm a fan of Stove God too. I'm a fan. I'm waiting on that album, Stove. What's good? But that song fell flat to me, G.
Mhm.
And I'm not gonna listen to it like that. And I gotta say that I'm not the biggest, and this is not the first time me saying this, but I'm not the biggest Hit Boy fan. And I don't know, man. His production don't really be doing it for me. It does not. Like, he got some joints for sure, but on this project specifically, I think the two sounds clash, and I lean more toward the Alchemist sound on this project. Uh,
I think the Alchemist sound on here is more so of a Griselda sound.
okay, all right.
Traditionally, what they normally will rap on. To be honest, a lot of what out when I now that I'm looking, a lot of what Alchemist did, I could hear coming from Conductor with that muffled with that muffled kind of the drum sound not being popping and big like you saying on like a Braun.
Yeah.
That dial back low in the back. And to be honest with you, a lot of the Alchemist joints over here, I don't want to say sound the same, but
I can see that.
Griselda Express
I can see that.
and Trust More Valuable Than Love, the first part of that song, because it switches throughout.
It's like three parts.
Are very similar in tempo
Mm-hmm.
and just in general. Like I was like, dang, these are whoever made this beat obviously made this beat. It was like, okay, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I didn't like when I first heard the joint, I didn't realize that only 2 producers had done it. As I'm listening to it, I'm like, this kind of sounds like Hit Boy. And then I saw a blurb saying, or actually I saw Alchemist post that him and Hit Boy did the whole joint. I'm like, that makes a lot of sense. But in me hearing it first, I'm like, yo, this is crazy to listen to this where it's a big song and then this super chill, like dial back song, gutter sounding song where it's like, this is an interesting mix of songs. I mean, because the Alchemist songs do sound similar, but juxtaposed to the loud, big sound of Hit Boy's sound, it didn't really, it wasn't really, it clashed to me. It clashed to me.
Word.
Yeah. Moving on.
Let's go to 21. Let's go 21. Let's do 21.
All right, so I was just listening to Ransom from Mike Will Made It. Ransom 2, like a couple of days ago. I'm not really sure why I decided to listen to it, but I decided to listen to it. There's a song on there with like Quavo, YG, Offset, and 21. 21 is like the first joint, the first person on the song, and he does the hook. And this is like old 21. This is like 2016, 2017, 21. This is like you good, G? Uh-oh. All right, I'll take that part out. You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
For sure. All right. But yeah, this is like old 21, 2016, 2017, 21 Savage. And he sound different. He sound gutter. He sound what made me like, he sound like Savage Mode 21 Savage. And I really like that mixtape, him and Metro Boomin back in like 2016 or whenever that was. And he sounds so much different now. I don't know if because he got his teeth fixed or, you know, he's a different 21 now. And he's still as gutter with his, content, but it's not, his voice is what made me a fan of 21. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily his flow. You know what I'm saying? As far as the album is concerned, I think that I like the Pop Your with Young Thug. I like Lil Durk's verse on Dangerous, so I like Dangerous. I like Nina with Travis. I think that there's some good songs on here and there. I think overall it's a subpar delivery from 21 Savage. I think that I Am Greater Than I Was is much better than this project. which is his last project. And this is my last thing I'm gonna say about this. His last song is called Dark Days, where he goes in about the perils of the thug life and don't do that, youngins. And, telling the kids, you don't want to do that and all of that. And that's number 15. But numbers 1
Yeah,
through
yeah,
14,
yeah, yeah.
he's talking about shooting people, killing people on the entire album. You know what I'm saying? And excuse my language, how you a pussy and stuff like that. On the
Pussy.
entire album. On the entire album. I ain't doing no songs with no rats and all of that, right? And then he get on the last track and talk about you don't want to do that, youngin, all of this stuff. And is what, bro? Maybe I missed it.
No, you.
Maybe there's something that I'm confused about. Maybe he was talking all through the album about, he'll shoot you up, but don't do that. Maybe I missed it. But I did not understand that. And that is my biggest issue with this entire project. What are you doing, bro? You know what I'm saying? What are we talking about? What?
You know what?
You just gonna wash away everything that you just talked about, bro?
Yeah, yeah.
But I like 21. And when I hear the new album, and you know what, man? I remember when I kind of fell off with Talib Kweli, G. Like, I was a fan of Talib Kweli, and then, like, I stopped checking for his albums. You know what I'm saying? And right now, I couldn't tell you the last Talib Kweli album that came out. You know what I'm saying? 21, I got a favorite album from 21 Savage. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't tell you what's on Izza. I couldn't tell you. Well, I do like Savage Mode too, though. So that at least there's 2 albums from him that I like a lot. This album kind of killed me, G.
Bro, you like the first album. You like him in Metro first joint. What you talking about?
That's what I'm talking about, Savage Mode. But I'm saying he sound different.
I thought
He
you said
sound
Savage Mode
different
2.
now.
I thought you said you
Nah,
like
Savage Mode 2,
Okay.
nah. I don't go back to that at all. I don't go back. And that's an essential album on Apple. And I'm like, nah, y'all tripping. Y'all need to replace this with the other joint. But yeah, man. That's all I gotta say, bro.
I'm gonna try to keep this I'm gonna try to keep it short and touch on a couple of things. First of all, I've just cracked open the second beer because I haven't drank all week. And this is IBW, Illuminated Brewworks Junior Astronaut Juice, which is a double dry hopped IPA coming in at 6% ABV. This is more of a classic OT beer, right? I mean, we've had this before when we went to IBW back in 2018. All right. I like this album. I'm not gonna lie. I think that it's a good album from the standpoint of just the production that's on it. And I think that 21 Savage, I think he does sound maybe different than what I heard him on the first album. But I'm not mad because I think he's a much better and more polished rapper now than he was back then. I think that he's actually for what he does, he's a good rapper. However, I can't help but to kind of give kudos to what you're saying. And I'm not trying to make people be what they are not. And I'm not trying to push people any further or make people make music that they don't want to make. But I'm on record talking about how I want to hear people's 444, right? So 21 Savage right now is how many years in the game? This is 8 years, maybe?
At least 8 years, yeah.
And here's the problem, right? I never set myself up for expectations. I always talk about I just want to hear the music. I don't like set myself up for expectations because you generally get let down. So you got the rollout of the album and you got the whole storyline of talking about potentially, his ordeal and what happened and his background coming from, Europe to America, the situation that happened when he was locked up. And outside of the commentary from the people on the album, you don't really get much of that in the album from him. Am I incorrect in that? Am I tweaking? Did I?
No, I've
Okay.
listened to the album at least 5 times, at least.
So it's called American Dream. It's set up. I didn't know if him and Childish was being for real or not, but it's set up. I'm thinking like, man, I'm about to hear a. I don't want to be disrespectful, but a more mature 21, right? That's what my expectation is about to be. I'm thinking, okay, I'm about to hear some real. I'm about to hear more of Dark Days, right? But it's not that. You know, even though I do like a good amount of the songs. Let me say this, right? I do like All of Me. I like the joint with Doja Cat. I like Pop Your Shit. I like Let It
that
To My
joint too.
Brother. I like Prove It.
I really like that. I forgot that. Let It To My Brother. My bad. Yeah, I really like that joint. Go ahead.
I like Prove It. I like Just Like Me, and I like Red Sky. But I feel like it's more so of the outside of the fact that he can rap better, it's still just 21. And again, it's maybe my fault for the expectation of hearing a more mature storyline throughout the album. Again, there were some stories in it, like Let It To My Brother, Red Sky, I think is super slept on, and then the last song, Dark Days. But I expected throughout the album to get that thematic American dream story of, you know, him being however old he is. Maybe he's not there yet. Maybe we'll get that down the road. But to me, yeah, man, Shoot 'Em Up, Red Rum is all murder. You know what I mean? And then, like you say, that kind of song, like Red Rum being juxtaposed with Dark Days, is like, well, which one?
Right.
Or is it just all entertainment? Is it entertainment?
I think it's a confusing message for sure. I mean, as a I may feel differently, you know, I may feel differently as a 20-year-old, 25-year-old versus a 40-year-old, but as a 40-year-old, I think that's ridiculous. I'm still like 21, you know what I'm saying? This is the conundrum of being a rap fan. But I think that's ridiculous. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. The song to me is don't even need to be on this joint. You know what I'm saying?
But didn't we?
When I hear, I'm used to when I hear the, you know, at the end, it's if you know 21 Savage albums or Young Nudie albums, their last songs are generally, you know, they got the shring, the sword sound. And, you know, they be talking about they gang, 4L. You know, historically on Issa, on Greater Than I Was. Maybe not, he wasn't doing it yet on Savage Mode, but Young Nudie does the same thing. I'm a guess that, you know, they be on each other's projects. He wasn't on, Young Nudie wasn't on this project, but they have that same sound, and you know they go in about that super hood type Atlanta gang type stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I have come to be familiar with that. That's how I'm even able to talk about it. I know this is a common thing that both of them do toward the end of their album. This time around, he did it. He used the sound. I'm thinking it's about to be super hood, but this time around, he's trying to go super positive. Oh, okay, I feel you. But you getting positive after a bunch of tracks of murder.
So
that's crazy to me.
I think we are also showing our age within this, because I think this has been rap forever though, right? Like,
right.
All of our favorite artists do this. Nas did, you know, Nas will have shoot 'em up, shoot 'em up, kill, 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 murder, murder. But Nas is like the most positive rapper. But he'll give you shoot 'em up songs, but at the same time, we were whatever age we were when that came out.
And so was Nas. He ain't did none of that. He ain't did none of that on all of these Hit Boy albums. He ain't did none of that. Yeah, and if he did do some of that,
He's 45 is what I'm saying. But what I mean is
But
that
that's what I'm saying. And he was that age that he was back then.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
But what I'm saying back then, we didn't call it out though. We just liked the music for what it was. But now we are like older, and it's like we paying attention to these. Like, well, wait a minute, which is it?
Right.
Are you positive or are you
right?
Like, what are we doing right now?
You know what, man? To be honest, if I was to go back, for real, if I was to go back and listen to that song, I feel like I could pull something out of that song where he ain't just going around shooting people up. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, the song
and
says, shoot them up.
You're right. You're absolutely right about that. You're absolutely right about that. And my second part to my argument with that, because I haven't heard that song in a while, nor that album, is that his entire album don't sound like that. One song on 21's album is positive in that sense. You know what I'm saying? And trying to tell shorties not to do that type of stuff. But the entire way up to that point, he's shooting people up. Now, Nas, on the other hand, I don't know him to be a shoot 'em up rapper, period. He definitely got songs where he's talking about, you know what I'm saying, you know, shooting. And you know what I'm saying? He got a song where he definitely got gun music. He's definitely got guns in his music. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's positive, sometimes it's not, but it's more positive than not. And Nas is still entertaining. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is that I don't often hear rappers. Nas is a bad example, I think. Yeah, but I know where you're going.
That's what I'm saying.
I know where you're going.
Nas is a bad example. There are
a lot of rappers that, you know.
Benny Siegel.
Okay. Tell me about it. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
I think that
he be shooting people too. Yeah, he is the Broad Street Bully.
And then he'll have like two positive joints, you know.
True.
What I'm getting at is that I think that maybe the album is very formulaic in that way. And maybe this kind of, because it has that girl pocket too, right? It's like 3 girl joints in a row. And then he ends out on something positive. Like, I don't know.
Now, 21 stay with a girl joint. He liked singing. He liked the girl joints. He's always like that. You know what I'm saying? He's always like that. But and I'm talking as a 21 fan. Yeah. But
we sound like we're not 21 fans. Listen, is this your first
I know, right?
Here's the problem.
But right? I am, though. I am. Really, I am.
We try to be as objective as possible. We have no relationships with people. Maybe if we had a big show where we cared about people's feelings, like we talk different.
Right. If we were getting like sponsorship dollars, could we even say the stuff that we saying right now?
You couldn't.
You know what I'm saying?
You couldn't be objective about anything.
That'd be crazy, G. Like, yo,
what we showing up to? You know what I mean?
Like, right. We about to be in this place and we about to see these people. I remember what you said. I'm gonna walk by you.
So wait a minute. So we can't get famous then, because if we do, they can come back to this video.
Look at that. Look at that. Hey, man, look.
Everything I said is wrong. Let's go to Kid Cudi.
Here's the thing. Now, people take it personal, right? People take it personal. And as maybe they should. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But if, you know, my wife could say she don't like a film that I made, I still love her. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, you could tell me like, bro, that joint is trash. That beat is kind of whack, G. I ain't gonna lie. Now, you gonna say it in a way to try not to hurt my feelings. Yeah. But I understand. But I understand that art is like that. You know what I'm saying? I think 21 is a cool guy. I like his interviews. I like who he is as a person. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know him personally. I don't claim to know him personally. I'm not going to sit here in front like that's my homie or none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, he don't even know you, bro. Who is you? You know what I'm saying? You just a talking head on a screen, G. You know what I'm saying? But I like I like 21 from that aspect of his interviews, what he talks about and all of that. I like him as an artist. I think that this album is not that great. I think that it's ridiculous that he had all these tracks of murder, death, kill, and one positive joint. And some people might say, well, Letter to My Brother is positive too. Well, this song is positive too. Okay. Most of how you gonna call the girl tracks murder, death, kill? Those not, they talking about girls. Well, yeah, that's cool. That's all fine and good. But he's still running these hoes down on, you know what I'm saying? He's he's still going in on them hoes.
She should have wore a bonnet. She should have wore a bonnet. That's fine.
You know what I'm saying? That's funny. But the thing is, at the end of it, you got this one joint. When the rest of it, it pales in comparison. Even if it is, what some, what I'm saying? Of course, somebody could give me another argument, but that's my experience with this joint. I thought it was absolutely ridiculous that he got this song on there. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, G, I still like 21 as an artist. You know what I'm saying? But I'm able to judge a project as it is. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still going to listen to his next project. I think For All the Dogs by Drake was whack. You know what I'm saying? I will never return to it. I am a Drake fan. I am going to listen to the next Drake project. You know what I'm saying? I think Her Loss with both 21 and Drake, two artists that I like, is all right. I'll return to it, but I'm going to skip a lot of songs. I skip a lot on there. They got some strong joints at the beginning. It's kind of up and down for me. Like, there's some songs I would still skip. You know what I'm saying? But I still check for them. You know what I'm saying? And if I saw them, if we were popping and we were at an event, and I wouldn't have no feelings about saying what's up to them. Now they might feel like, nah, bruh, you trashed my joint. That my sales declined after that. I'm like, bro, I wasn't trying to do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not a fan of that joint. You know what I'm saying? I understand that you put your heart and soul into it, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not a fan of it. It's not for me. And that's what I'm going to say, and that's how I'm going to end this joint.
Listen,
that album is really not for me.
For the record, Pop's playlist is not as good as I thought it was. It's an okay album. How about that?
Ooh, now you tripping. Actually, I actually like that joint, and I think you need to rap more, but you're a goofy.
I'm super goofy. Next up.
And I love you. And I said this to a rapper that I like, so that I know personally, that I've known for years personally.
That's so
and
funny.
I think that you a clown for not putting out more music. What the freak you doing, G? Some people don't even know you as a rapper, but this ain't about you right now.
I know.
I'm about to go in on negative, positive love. I'm about to give you some strong, passive aggressive. All right, go on.
I'm good, man. Listen. Kid Cudi, Insano, with DJ Drama. I'm gonna keep it simple. This album hard. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what you say. Anybody. Kid Cudi. Why hasn't Kid Cudi and Future made an album together yet? What is going on? They are the kings of melodic flow and have been doing it for a long time and represent two different, I would say, mediums. Future more so of the streets and the trap, and Kid Cudi more so of the, I don't want to say hipster nerd or whatever, but anyhow, that's a whole nother conversation. Look, this album to me has the perfect combination of what Kid Cudi does from the standpoint of this futuristic, very spacey, atmospheric sound within his engineering, on his voice, but also the beats. But at the same time, it's a lot of nice deep bass 808 type, you know what I'm saying, music on
Mm-hmm.
here as to where it's still jamming. He's a vibe.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even have to really listen, no disrespect to what he's saying, to just put a song on and like it. It just sounds like his voice sometimes is just another instrument on top of the production that's happening. For me right now, keep bouncing,
Hard.
bruh. Look here, I'm finna fan out. Most ain't Dennis. Stop playing with me, bro.
Mm-hmm.
A Tale of the Night.
Mm.
Mr. Cooler.
Mm.
Uh, Funky Wizard Smoke. Come on, bro. I ain't gonna lie, man. Rager Boys is good too, man. And then he ends out the tape with some more like quintessential Kid Cudi, more upbeat,
Mm-hmm.
up tempo joints. Um, and I really do like Hit the Streets in my Nikes, man. That's Kid Cudi, right? If you're a Kid Cudi fan, that last
Mm.
joint is like a Kid Cudi song. I'm feeling the album, man. I'm not Kamal. I don't do the whole. I'm not thinking right now of where it's gonna be in the legacy of my albums of the year. But I'll tell you right now. As for right now, when I'm in the car, when I want to go to the gym or whatever, this is an album that's gonna be in rotation. It fills a lot of voids. It can you can drive to it. You can lift. You can do cardio. You can you can do a lot to this album, man. And I like the addition of drama to it, man. It gives it a different feel. So yeah.
Um. Well, let's start with drama. I thought that was an interesting choice. Um. It's hard for me to look at the drama being added and not think about the fact that drama has been used a lot lately. You know what I'm saying? Recently, he was on Tyler's project, which made sense in my opinion. It was a full Gangsta Grills joint. Um, that was like one of the first resurgence of dramas to come out, and then drama was on Jeezy's joint. You know what I'm saying? And then drama appeared on a couple of West Side Gun projects, but only for like one or two songs on the project. He didn't like host the tape for West Side Gun. But to have him do the whole joint, I'm not gonna lie. When I first heard it, I'm like, I like drum, but or drama. There's the drum already. I like DJ Drama, but I can't help but to think like, why you pull drama? Because everybody pulling drama, or
It's a legacy move,
because
100%.
y'all got history? You know what I'm saying? So I'ma just say, okay, all right, I guess, all right, all right. So after that, after feeling like that, oh, drama's on this joint. Okay, so after feeling that way, now I get into the album. Oh, this is the most trap I've ever heard. Cudi, you know what I'm saying? Keep
Come on.
bouncing, go
I,
crazy.
I don't think you get that. I think that's the influence of drum, though. That's why I think drum is
Hmm,
important on here. But go ahead.
maybe, but like keep bouncing, man. Most ain't Dennis. I actually like Wow with ASAP. I like Electro Wave, baby. Tell of a Night. Ooh, that joint hard. Um, I like the Yachty joint. I like
Listen,
At the Party with Pharrell.
make no
I
mistake.
like Mr. Cooler. Um, like some of the later songs is like, all right, though, it starts to get a little long for me. You know what I'm saying? But overall, I think this sound is his most trap ever. I do think I agree with you with his voice being used as an instrument.
Mhm.
It definitely sounds that way. Um, excuse me. And I do think that, you may not, I don't know half of what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Don't matter.
Um, but it is definitely a vibe. My favorite Cudi album is Indica. I think that's a slept on project.
That's the
I think
which one is that?
that's like maybe fourth album, third or fourth, something like that. But I mean, man, RZA on that joint, Kendrick Lamar is on that joint, Chip the Ripper is on that joint. But that's a different project. But I'm just saying that, this and Cudi produced most of that project. I don't know who produced these joints. Um, but I think this is a pretty solid project for Cudi. Um, I don't know if he has that attention from the fans like he used to have. Like people used to like, it's some die-hard Cudi fans out here. And maybe they still out here. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they still like, yo, no, this is it, bro. I've been waiting for this. But when he said he had something for the people, I'm not mad, man. I think he delivered. You know what I'm
Listen,
saying? This isn't my favorite Cudi project, but I think it's a decent project. I think it gets a little long, but I mean, and I wouldn't feel that way if I didn't think it was kind of repetitious toward the end. But overall, I think it's a good project. I think
look,
it's a good project.
Kid Cudi is one of those artists where yes, they got the fan base. It doesn't matter. Like they drop music. He can go on a tour and cut in a couple weeks, and you'd be like, "Damn, Kid Cudi at the UC? Yeah, he at the UC." Like
Oh, for sure.
that's the kind of space he garners right now. He's done enough in the game
Yeah. Yeah.
as to where people don't even talk about him, but it don't matter. Like it's certain artists that are like that, as to where they drop an album and they can tour it well. But a lot of the songs you mentioned, I didn't say because I just had to hit the highlights. I could have
Oh, yeah.
named like 75% of this album.
For
I
sure.
could have
For
named
sure.
so
For sure. It's a solid project, G. It's a solid project. You know what I'm saying?
let me ask you a question before we get out of here. Can I ask you a question? Um, do you think Drake makes um risky target music?
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
Do
What does
you
that
think
mean?
do you think that Drake makes music that can be background music at Target? I'm trying to draw you into a conversation that oh, that's so funny to me. So many SKUs.
Yes.
There's
Yes.
so many
So many
products.
excuses.
I love Mos. I love
Hey, look, man.
Mos.
He's not wrong. A
He's
lot
not
of it
wrong.
is like mass produced music. It's like, but that's Drake though too. He feel like he about to be he about to be ever present right now in the moment right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to give you these bars right now. I'm not about to chill and go away for a little while and then come back. No. I'm gonna hit you with this album right now. I'm gonna hit you with Certified Lover Boy, and then a few months later, Honestly Never Mind, and then a few months later, Her Loss, or however them joints dropped. You know what I'm saying? None of them was a year apart. You know what I'm saying? They was like
Let-
5, 7, 9 months, and
So
then another project for All the Dogs. You know what I'm saying? Like, for All the Dogs came at the end of his tour for Her Loss. You know what I'm saying? So, and then he said he was going away and said, I got the itch. I'm about to give you some more joints. You know what I'm saying? I'm straight rapping because I could do that. Stop playing with me like I can't.
Yeah.
So he's an artist that's just gonna. But yes, Mos is not wrong,
Yeah.
and
Look,
Mos is, you know what I'm saying? He
let,
not
let me,
wrong.
let me say this about Mos, man, because Mos has kind of cleared up a little bit of what he said. Mos has said that he reached out to Drake, and he kind of expounded upon what he was saying. And this is like an age-old conversation in hip hop. Take it for what it is. What he is saying is that Drake, being the artist that he is, he said he wants more from Drake. With all that is happening in the world, he would hope that Drake can say and do more. Now, that's why I have an issue because you can't.
Mm-hmm.
What of Drake or what about Drake makes you think that he's going to speak about certain things, right?
He's not. That's not who he is.
That's not who he is. But to people who hate on Mos for what he said, guys, you don't know who Mos Def is. Like,
Right.
Mos Def is a MC.
Yes.
I remember Mos Def. My early knowings of Mos Def is like Raucous Records, like Sound Bomb, and like I remember seeing him on old hip hop videos like Cyphering in Parks. Mos Def has been on Bill Maher's show talking about foreign affairs in the world and things that are happening from a real knowledge base of history and whatnot. Like Mos is on some other stuff. Like
he's a very worldly fellow. He's worldly.
Yeah. He's going to
Drake is on Instagram.
Exactly. So it's almost like you just got to understand where people coming from with their opinions based upon who they are. Like, what do you expect Mos to want? Like, Mos and Talib last year dropped, or 2 years ago dropped a second. What was their album? What was the album?
Yeah. The Black Star joint. It was called. I don't even remember what it was called, but it was. But the thing is, most people can't get it.
Yeah, but why though? Why did they do it that way?
Right. He felt like he didn't want like Spotify and Apple Music and all that. He wasn't feeling that pay scale. So he said he gonna do it on our own platform. And our fans will know how to get to it. But that's who he is.
He wants the machine to fall.
So many SKUs. That's yeah. But if you know that, and if you're an artist, I mean, if you're a rap fan that listens to both, as I do, then you understand that Mos is not wrong. Yeah. But also, Drake put out jams too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Drake is hip hop.
I'm not Mos. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not.
Yeah, me neither.
I like Mos. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fan.
But I would expect that opinion from Mos is what I'm saying.
Yes.
I'm not. So it's like, okay, cool. Yeah.
That's I don't disagree with him. I don't disagree with him. You know what I'm saying? It is mass consumption of music. Like, sometimes with Drake, it's quantity over quality.
He has a machine behind
him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He could drop a song right now today with no promotion or nothing, and it will go platinum. It'll go platinum.
Yep.
No matter how bad it is. For all the dogs, Drake fans know that joint ain't, you know what I'm saying? Come on now. Like, I
don't know. I think Drake got some standy stands. He got some Nickies and Beyonce.
That's true. That's true. That's true. As a Drake fan, that wasn't it.
Haven't been back to it once.
For me, I haven't been back. I've been back to the last 6 songs, but I be skipping. I don't even listen to the rest of that joint, dude. I don't listen to the rest of that joint. And there's some songs on there, but I don't listen to the rest of the joint. But yeah.
All right. We'll see you guys next time from a physical location. Thanks for joining us again online. Peace.